Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Alex
and
Ruben
from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. And talking of people behind the camera that can make you look good or bad, Ruben just launched us into the middle of that with no warning at all.
No, there was warning, but we're too busy yakking away.
That's right.
Yeah.
If only there was a giant screen in front of you that played the intro that you could see and me counting down right
Yeah,
before
but the
we're about to
giant
start.
screen in front of me is like 15 seconds behind.
No, this is live.
Well, whatever you always count us in. Well
It's
out of
live. It's
sequence.
actually live.
It is
It's
actually
actually
live,
live.
but
Okay.
he seems to count us in well out of sequence. Either way,
Well,
I got caught out on that one.
Yeah, no, sorry, because, you know,
makeup just left, you know.
Yeah, that's right. I'm halfway getting my lipstick put on. I'm telling you.
Michael is generally here Fridays, and this is how hectic it's been. We're just like pretty much having our first conversation. Yeah, that's all we're like yakking away.
Yeah.
I mean, we shared a few words here and there throughout the day, but to actually sit down and uninterrupted more than 1 minute was just before we started. So, yeah, it's been a bit hectic.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
I can say I've had a really, really rugged day. I was going to use a different word then, but I've also had quite and I'm not going to bring names into it because I don't have their permission. But I actually met the daughter.
Tell me.
Yeah, actually met the daughter of one of my childhood heroes today.
Yeah, I heard you were having a bit of a fangirl moment.
Yeah, like I was a bit in awe. It was a bit,
Didn't they come to introduce them like from Whoop Whoop Way to you, and then you went, "Hang on, who are you?"
Yeah, that's right. It was a reverse awe moment.
Sorry, I missed
caught
it.
off guard. So it was really good. So her father was very much a legend in the warbird scene many years ago, and he was one of the originals in the whole movement that got the movement going. Wow. So. A huge pleasure to meet her and her husband, I assume, but husband or partner, and a couple of their friends. So and they're in Melbourne for the weekend. So hopefully they have a fantastic weekend.
Nice.
We've got Orstick joining us today from East Coast US. Can actually catch part of this live since we have a holiday tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
Not normally able to join, but they're, I think, staying up late because they haven't got work tomorrow.
What's the holiday? Because they'll be up for 4th of July soon.
Tomorrow. It'll be Friday.
Which is
it's the end of the week. You celebrate at the end of the week.
Well, we do sponsor Friday.
Well, in Australia, we do.
No. We sponsor it in the States as well.
No, it's Thursday night, I believe.
Yeah, but we're just getting ahead of the 8 ball. Right. So you're welcome.
Good to have you here.
Oh dear, it's all good fun. I haven't even got my computer set up properly, so I'm so far behind the 8 ball.
No amount of countdown would have helped with that.
I'm good to go.
This is true.
Juneteenth.
I don't even know what that is. Every time I come across it, I mean to look it up, and I've never.
Commemorating the end of slavery in the US.
Because I've heard of it before. Okay, but I didn't realize that's what it was.
So how does that name?
This could.
Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole today. But I'm trying to link Juneteenth, like the title, with what it's celebrating.
It's June 19th, and I think
the 10th of June.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a great thing to celebrate. Don't get me wrong. I'm fully in favour of it.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, I was going to say, moving on to some soccer. Australia versus USA tomorrow. Set your alarms.
I already have. I'll be getting up super early before I come into work tomorrow, and I'll either be happy or really
not.
Bear with me if the Socceroos lose throughout the day, but yeah, I will be getting up early to watch that, as I do a lot of these games every 4 years.
Speaking of sport, I felt almost like I was walking around a big Bullion Now office this week in Melbourne. We had the Maroons versus the Blues, and us in our Bullion Now maroon, identifying a little bit almost like a Queenslander. So apology to any New South Wales. This is just our normal uniform.
Hang on, they won down here, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, well, I mean, the jumpers, we're sponsoring it.
Sponsoring the winners, that's it.
Actually, full support there.
Actually, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, good on you.
few people mentioning the copper with some positive reactions. I'm sure there'll be some negative side to it as well. And Michael will be the champion of that.
I can understand getting, a couple.
The cast one sold out. I think the others are still working their way through. But this is any counter you have, they're sold out.
Yeah, I know. I like I said, I totally get why people buy one or two.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people buy a ton and a half, that sort of thing. I don't get it. And I could be wrong.
Okay. I know you were a bit hesitant getting copper in because you didn't.
A bit hesitant. That's the understatement of the week.
Basically, it had to happen without his knowledge.
Yeah, that's right.
Was basically how it happened.
At the end of the day,
snuck it by.
He didn't see you guys, getting into it. That was a elemental joke, by the way, with the CU. But anyway, kudos to those that caught it. But I had someone contact me this week and say, "Oh, Alex, do you know anyone that wants to buy copper?" Like, okay, whoa. First he asked to buy. I said, no, we don't. This is why I told you, be careful how many you buy, because he bought 10 kilos of copper. And I said, look, I have one. I love it. I sent him a photo. I think it's great. It's a nice little display piece. But I have one. I bought one kilo copper bar when they first came in. And he sold 3 and he was very happy with that because he sold it for more than what, he bought it for. But now he's stuck with 7 kilos. So I said, look, be careful with that. But then all his friends, they keep selling it. But he wasn't, he's an older gentleman. He's not really good with eBay and that sort of thing. So if you don't have an avenue to sell it, be careful.
I would say
that's true for a lot of the numismatics and things as well.
I would say that's across the board. Whenever you're getting into an investment, and yes, I'm talking precious metals here, but I'm also talking almost any investment. You need to have your exit plan in the back of your brain before you actually get into it. Whether you're buying shares, whether you're buying property, whether you're buying hay bales, the example I gave last week, no matter what you're buying into, you need to have an exit plan there. And sure, it may not be the exit plan that actually eventuates, but you've got to have in the back of your brain, okay, I'm getting into this. How do I get out of it if I need to? And what's my worst case scenario? And if you have those things in place, it takes a lot of stress out of the purchase, but also out of the holding of it, because, price has gone down, what am I going to do? Or price has gone up, what am I going to do? Well, you've already got a basic sketch of a plan there. And I'm going to change it, going to duck and weave, and, this thing's come up, so somebody's offering me more than I expected, so maybe I'll unload it, or no, I don't intend on unloading this for the next 10 years, so I'm going to hold off and just follow my plan. But you've got to have had those thoughts before you even enter the discussion about buying it. And that's quite often where I start with customers in the shop when they say, oh, look, I'm not sure what to buy. Should I buy gold or silver or, coins or bars? Okay, what's your exit plan? What do you mean? Yeah. When are you selling this? Why are you selling this? And how are you selling this? Oh, I haven't thought of that. Okay, well, let's work through it. Because your answers to that dictate what you're going to do on the way in. Because if your exit plan is, as a lot of, I can't tell you how many times I had this conversation in January. If your whole exit plan is, I'm going to hold this for a week, I'm going to sell it at twice what I paid for it, and I'm going to just find some random person on the street to sell it to because everyone's going to want it, you're getting into the wrong product at the wrong time with the wrong intention. And I certainly made that clear to a few people that that we had come through the store. If your answer is, look, I'm buying it now, I'm securing my wealth, I'm pulling some of it out from, it might be profits from somewhere, or it might be savings that I've got, or it just might be I want diversification. I want to buy this. My holding time period is at least 5 years. And when I exit, I want to sell to a bullion dealer like you. I want an easy transaction. Great. Now I know that you're looking for physical. You're probably looking for something gold because it's less volatile. And you're more likely to be looking for bars than coins, because if you're selling it back to me as a bullion dealer, you're only going to get spot price for it. You're not going to get any premium built in over because of numismatics or collectability that may or may not build into the future. Therefore, let's start you off with a basic bar. start with the end in mind and then work backwards from there every single time.
That's right. That's pretty much what I do. I also remind them, we do accept gifts and donations. So if you ever stuck with them, you got spoiled brats, I'm very grateful. So
Now, I meant to shout out to someone who's watching us in China.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. Coral Harris, finally watching a live.
Oh, wow.
From a holiday in China. Had to go all the way to China to watch us.
Wow.
Hello, Alex and Michael. Great to finally tune
Hello.
in.
Wow. You're going to have to tell us how it was. How it was when you come back.
Do you have a Bullion Now bag to do a Where in the World Is?
I hope so.
I was going to say no spoilers.
Yeah.
You might have a guess now for next week or whenever it comes through.
Wow. So you're going to say Joe-san again?
Oh, your son.
No, you can't because that's
Good morning.
Yes, but that is in Hong Kong and not for long because they're going Mandarin, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Bullion.
There was a comment there to do with the raw bars from B. Giblet that I thought was interesting. The raw bars seemed a bit lazy on the mince behalf, but I also understand why they did it that way with the production demands. And I was thinking it would be kind of cool if we started to see that a little bit more across the board from, other mints for other metals. If you can picture during a bit of a silver squeeze, a bit of a, struggle to get physical silver, if Perth Mint just started going, we're bringing out the Perth Mint silver raw kilo bar. It's just, we're throwing it through as fast as we can. And, almost as production eased off, they started producing nicer and nicer.
Yeah, but you know what?
I would argue there's times where that happens, but that's a separate issue.
No, I'm just thinking.
You can almost tell how busy they are based on what
the quality of the finish that comes through.
It's I'm just thinking of all the complaints I get from so many people. Oh, but that's not what I was expecting, because when you release something new like that, and if it isn't up to scratch.
But if I call it the raw bar.
No, I get it.
It's away with everything.
I get it, but
look, I actually don't think it was laziness. I think it was incredibly clever. I
think it's awareness.
Recognition and marketing. So they recognised there was a big demand in the market. So whether they did it to expedite production, which I don't think they did because they're an extruded bar, so they would have had to have set up a completely different production run. But once they got it going, they would have been able to produce more and more in that, like more quickly. But I think it was the recognition of the fact, well, hang on, we've designed these fancy bars, these really good-looking bars, and we put a lot of effort into it for that statement piece, that person that's going to buy, one or two or a half a dozen or a dozen as a statement piece. But if people are actually wanting hundreds of them at a time, they probably want the bulk bar. Yeah. It's kind of like when somebody comes into the shop and they say, look, I don't care, I just want the cheapest form possible, where you start looking at 100-ounce bars, 10-kilo bars, 1,000-ounce bars, because they don't care. So they've kind of recognised the market and said, well, we can market this as if you don't care, we can produce you a cheaper product that no one else is producing on a bulk scale. So I actually don't think it was lazy. I think it was clever marketing and clever market recognition.
Do you know if you guys will be getting cool silver things like the silver bullets or the silver dice?
Well, funnily enough, two things there. One is we actually have some silver dice in stock.
Not
have
released
we released
yet,
it?
No. And they will be.
They're probably a little coin shop, aren't they?
They are absolutely numismatic because they come in a box, very limited mintage, all that kind of stuff. And even the bullets that we've sold previously as well were also GST-able. And I think there's a few people at the moment. We've had some of that semi-Numi kind of product through. I love cool stuff like that, and I'm really excited to have those dice through and things like that, and stay tuned for that video. But yeah, it is something I think we're trying to balance at the moment between keeping some low premium stuff in stock as an option, but also getting some cool stuff. We just go, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we do have shotgun shells in. I don't know if they're on the web, but we actually do have them in stock. They may have fallen off the web, but we've got shotgun shells in. Silver ones.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're 5 ounces.
Please clarify.
Yeah, 5-ounce ones.
They're not up on the web at the minute. So
do you know what? I can't. No, I'm not going to go there. Sorry. I saw something this week that is really, really cool that one of the manufacturers is producing. And I was going to say, I saw one of these, but I can't tell you who. But if I tell you what it is, it's actually going to reveal who's done it. So.
All right. Is it, let's peel it back a bit. Is it Australian or international?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I know that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
Make a note, Alex. We need to interrogate him afterwards.
It was very cool, though. Very cool.
Oh.
I just don't know if it's going to hit the Australian market.
John Gold, a Perth Mint 10-ounce raw bar would be a winner chicken dinner. Any Perth Mint 10-ounce bar
10-ounce
would be a winner.
Silver
at the
bar
moment.
from Perth would be an absolute winner. Perth, if you're
I
listening,
don't care if it's
please.
raw, cast, minted. Come on, Perth.
No, my favourite is still the half-ounce gold chunkies. Not chunkies, but the cast bars from Perth.
Oh, the gold ones.
The gold
yeah.
ones. Because they look like the wax seal, like stamped. And because each... Like when you buy Perth Mint 1 ounce cast bars, they're all pretty much the same dimension. Yes, they're a bit rough, because they're cast bars, so not all of them will exactly in the same condition.
They're also
but
a
the
mongrel to
half
produce.
Yeah, the half ounce.
Yeah,
because they're all
not
different shapes. Because it's like that stamp that hits it and just
they just squashes it out.
I love it.
They
I
don't
love
have
it.
enough integrity to hold together.
Yeah.
You need more gold into them. So yeah, they're a bit of a pain.
Mac Attack's asking if there's any little pellets in the shotgun shell, and all I can imagine now is some art display with some granules coming out of the shotgun shell.
I've often thought that would be a very clever marketing thing if you could make one with a few pellets inside, so when you shook it, it just had that little bit of a rattle to it.
There is
Border Force would love that.
Yeah, there is someone that we follow each other on Twitter, and they're from the States, and they make this revolver cylinder, right? The barrel with the 6 bullets inside it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That they come out as well, and they're all evenly weighed.
Yep.
So you get a total package for it. But I mean, of course, here we'd be paying GST and everything, and it's just
yeah. It would be hard work.
It would, but it looks immaculate, and everyone that has one loves it.
Yeah.
I have an update for you, Michael, and the rest of
On
chat.
what?
The boot of Cortez that we spoke about, the largest natural nugget found in the Western Hemisphere, did not sell at auction. They did not hit enough for it to go. I think
it got the boot.
Yeah, thank you. I think it sold, was it 1 million previously, or 1.5, and it didn't get much more than that this time around, so they canned it.
Wow.
Didn't meet its reserve, and so there's now a link up on their Boot of Cortez website that says the sale continues, and it's basically email us with an offer.
Wow.
Look, this is the difficulty with art generally, because this is now moving into the absolutely it's precious metal, it's gold, and there's no argument there.
It's not even just art; it can't be reproduced.
It can't.
Yeah,
but this is the type of thing where you have to find the buyer. It's like owning a Picasso or a one-off classic vintage car. These types of things. Everyone would buy it for spot, but
yeah, it's
this
383, I think, troy ounces at 98%.
So, but this is the type of thing where actually it's a historical piece. It's a piece of significance. It's an art piece as well. So it needs to be the buyer. You have to find the buyer, and that's one of the downsides. And I, we have our sister company's Little Coin Shop. It is one of the problems with numismatics, as well as the rest of the art type investments, is that usually you find when you need to sell it, you can't find a buyer for it, so you can't get the money you need for it, or that it's actually worth. The only time you can really sell these things is when you don't need to sell them, and that's where you'll find someone that's actually looking for it. So.
I thought it was a cool little update. I'll have to keep an eye out and see if they ever update that with a hey, it's sold. But I think it'll be one of those. It just quietly disappears. Someone will say, "Yeah, I'll take it," but I don't want you to publish how much I spent on it. It will just quietly disappear and probably not be seen again for another couple of decades.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Any thoughts on getting or manufacturing a dispenser for 1/10 silver bits / coins? I'm not sure if they're talking as like a vending machine kind of thing in the store.
Well, we do the Pez dispensers.
Or like the Pez dispensers where, they just, I need to quickly pay you an amount. Boop, there you go.
Yeah.
I still really like, and I really want to do a video on one. So honestly, if anyone watching has one, it would be great just to have a lend of it. But the sovereign wallets that they used to, the little pieces, I find those fascinating because for all intents and purposes, a wallet of the day. You know,
It absolutely was.
it was how you stored your wealth and put it in your pocket, moved it around.
I'll bring mine in that I showed you a couple of months ago that I picked up. That was the Threepence Bank, a wallet, a cylindrical one, and I think you hold up to 60 of them. You know, they're just so cool.
Yeah,
and just metallic. You know, just great. Very, very, very cool retro.
Kane's Coins. I'm surprised Perth Mint didn't buy it. Probably similar. Ruben and I had a conversation off camera after our last live stream where we discussed this one, and they're probably in a similar boat to me in that this would like the boot of. So I'm back on the boot of Cortez. So that would be. I could almost justify buying that as a marketing thing for BN. Because you imagine you displayed in the shop, people would come and see it. You know, it's a great talking point. It'd get people around the country. You could take it on tour, BN all over it. So you can justify that type of thing for advertising or PR purposes within the company. And lots of companies do that in various forms. You know, you see the whole reason, some companies sponsor F1 racing and things like that. It's to get the name out there. You can justify these bigger spends. And I could justify it, but then your argument is, how does that link back to a company like Bullion Now? We're a gold company, sure.
But the Eastern... this entire claim to fame is, it's in the West. The largest in the West.
But even still, yes, but we are...
Oh, we're part of the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, but
which was technically,
we're part of the Southern Hemisphere.
No, but yeah.
But we're an Australian bullion company. We're an East Coast bullion company. We live literally almost in the middle of a triangle of some of the richest gold deposits in the world.
Yeah.
Why would we be bringing one in from Mexico?
Because the last one that they had that was getting stored here in Melbourne got stolen out of the museum and melted into a bunch of different pieces.
Well, this is true, but if it was an Australian piece, isn't this terrible? I'm having a seniors moment. I can't remember any Australian pieces that are still kicking around out there. But if it was an Australian piece that was up for auction like this, you'd probably find someone like, possibly us, but more likely someone like the Perth Mint would go, absolutely, we can display that. We can use it for marketing. It justifies the cost of it over and above its spot price. Let's do it.
Well, I think the Hand of Faith is a perfect one.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that's was found in Victoria, but is currently on display in Las Vegas. Yeah. So, it would be we're bringing it home kind of.
Absolutely, you could market the living daylights out of that. So whoever owns it in Las Vegas, if you want to get rid of it, give us a call.
It's one of the casinos, I think.
But
Okay, still going back on the Cortez one, right? You have it here, great piece. People come view it, and then you turn it into a way that goads them into having to buy it off you to take it back, and you can make a profit on it.
That's exactly right.
You just got to have the right,
How many times a day do we get an offer on that Star Wars Death Star that I've got in there?
Yeah, literally was one today.
Yeah.
Well, I had one today as well.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. So, we really need a separate museum cabinet just for display pieces only.
Yeah, we need to make that a little.
Tanya's exactly right. Draw card for Pakenham opening. I'm already.
Is that the Star Wars one?
Well, no, she was talking about. I'm assuming she was talking about the Boot of Cortez. But I'm already thinking. I've got my my old XY and that sort of stuff. We will probably use that for promo around the Pakenham opening because that's what you do with these sorts of things. So it's great for that sort of stuff.
Oh, hang on! Imagine you flying the plane over the Pakenham store, throwing out dumping little gold chocolates.
Yeah, unfortunately,
coins.
They don't have a
Casa has an opinion on that these days.
No, without telling them. Without
that's the way to get away with it. By the way, Casa, if you're listening, that was not my intent, and I didn't mean anything by that statement. It was sarcasm.
Thanks, Alex.
I'll be here till 4.
Any word on 1 ounce cast or minted gold from Perth Mint? Sorry, Michael, I know it's not a Good Friday question.
So why ask it? We are catching up. It's slowly but surely we are chipping away at it, and we are getting there.
You should do a video around the shop one time for people who don't live in Melbourne. Would love to see some of the cool things you have around the shop.
But then you wouldn't come into the shop on your holiday. We also
you still would.
We also have to be incredibly careful with security issues with taking that. So yeah.
Yeah. Look, it is something that I've wanted to do for a while, particularly even updating some of the like the Google photos and things like that. But there's still been some kind of construct, like we're talking about having a bit more of a display behind the counter and things like that. So it kind of feels still a little bit in my mind. Oh yeah, but we're still waiting on this.
So hang on a sec before you disappear. Zambo. The only other thing I can talk at length on is my XY. So I do aviation, I do gold and precious metals, and I do my XY. So don't ask me that because we may take up the rest of the live stream, mate. But if you really want to know,
especially not in rapid fire questions at the end, please.
The one I'm thinking of is my XY Ute, which is an original 4x4 that they only made 432 of for the Australian Army, who never took up the option. Wow. You want me to keep going?
No,
that's right.
That was interesting, though. That was interesting. You had me at the army bit, but
to find out more at the Pakenham.
That's right. I will probably have it at the Pakenham opening.
Wow. Speaking of Michael, have we any updates?
We get it. We're almost there. Like we're almost there.
Dear. The other thing we need to talk about, Silver Sushi just catching the stream. What's with the bars? We need to talk about.
We're going to do that now.
We may as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's too early in the stream.
No.
Islands in the stream.
No, because we've got our American friend watching as well. We might have to go to bed soon.
Oh, beekeeping. That's the other one I can do.
I still laugh when I first started here, and there was a time where pretty much the company phone was basically your phone for a bit there. It would ring and I would answer, and there was sometimes it was bullion, sometimes it was planes, sometimes it was bees. It was just like what hat is Michael about to put on here?
That was really confusing. With whichever government department had people in listening to your phone calls. Like, what?
What are they talking about bees?
What kind of code is this? What's
honeycode for?
Just had to seamlessly go from one hat to the other. Whereas Bullion has now kind of taken over a lot of it, but yeah, there was a while where you had to swap between quite a bit.
He's talking about where you do your medical. What? It's got to be code for something. We got to crack this.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. A few of the people have commented that when you said XY, they thought you told me ex-wife.
No, we don't talk about it.
Yeah, no. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's not bringing his ex-wife to the Pakenham opening. Thanks, Desi.
I hope not.
There's support for.
I don't have one. Just for clarity here. I've only got the one. I had a very wise captain say to me, "I know very little about finances, but the one thing I can tell you is be the husband of one wife."
If you take away one thing from this stream,
that's right.
That could be a good one. Just left the Melbourne store with my pickup. You might be just out the front here. Hello.
Hey. Hello.
The support for just jumping in with it, Michael. Just do it. It's never too early. Let's take a look.
Do it.
All right, let's do it. I don't know what we're going to do with all of this, mate. There's heaps here. Hey, I'm going to have words to Ruben when we've finished.
Hey.
You highlight my klutzedness.
It's drama, Michael. It's drama. Yeah, we have broken into the 50,000 ounces.
Where'd you get that photo from?
That's great.
We have broken into the 50,000 ounces we said we were going to this week in the Bullion Now bunker. And we're planning this weekend to drop the video.
I know, I'm still trying to get over the photo. Like, seriously. You know, we started this stream with, the guy behind the camera. Can I make you look good or bad?
No. But you realise this is what he was doing all morning, going through all the stills just to find something like that.
Of course.
Oh, jeez.
That was actually the better of the...
Oh, great. Don't tell me that.
But yeah, broke into 2 giant crates, almost $5 million of silver in those crates, and particularly including the shipping cost.
Ugh, that was... No, don't get me started on shipping again. That's the 5th thing I can talk about for a long time. That I don't think I've ever had an unboxing that has stressed me out as much as that one.
Mm.
Because the product in it is so random.
Mm.
There's a whole stack of 100-ounce bars in there. There's a whole stack of 10-ounce bars in there, which is what these ones are. These are samples that I just literally grabbed as I was coming down to live stream. Brett was talking about a box of them that I had up in the office, and so I just grabbed 4 to bring down to show on live stream. There is a few. At the moment, I've only found 1 box of them, but I still haven't got to the bottom of the 2 boxes. There's a box of 2 ounce rounds in there, and there's a whole stack of boxes of 1 ounce rounds. But even when you open a box, and like this, they look like sealed Monster boxes because the company has put them into Monster boxes and strapped them up, so they look brand new. You open them up, and the tubes in there aren't actually standard tubes of one product. They're like, if you know, that they've got names on, like that one's got SD Bullion on it, so you think, oh, that's a tube of SD Bullion rounds. You open it up, and it's not. It's a tube, like it might have an SD Bullion one on top, and the next one will be an APMEX, and the next one will be a random.
Yeah,
and the
but it
next one
says
will be,
20. It'll be 20 rounds.
They're absolutely they're 20
it's
rounds,
whatever it is.
but who knows what the heck's in there? So it's like, how do we sort this? How do we count? We opened 1 box of 100 ounce bars. One of the 100 ounce bars was made up of a 50 ounce bar, a 20.48 ounce bar, a 6 point something, like it was like 5 bars made up the 100 ounces. It's like,
Wow.
what do I do with this?
Yeah, wow.
So it was just, I have no idea what to do. That expression on my face is probably me going, "What? I don't know. I don't know what to do here." So look, I don't know if you haven't released the video yet, have you, Roots?
No, it's ready to go, and I think we were talking about over this weekend.
Yeah. So the chances are we're giving people that watch the live stream a bit of a heads up. So if you see on our website, and I think they're already there, but just in case they're not, ads will get them up sometime during the stream or very shortly afterwards. But if you're buying any buyback 1 ounce at the moment off the web or in the store for that, well, the store you probably get a bit more of a mix. Well, even on, let me finish.
There's some 10 ounce minted and cast, and some 100 ounces up there at the moment.
And is there 2 ounce still?
No 2 ounce and no 1 ounce.
There's no 1 ounce.
No 1 ounce, except buyback random Perth mints, which weren't in there. So
okay, so there will be some buyback 1 ounce and buyback 2 ounce. I'll have to check the 2 ounce because I actually thought I'd already listed those. So I'm a little bit worried they've already gone because I only found 1 box of those. But you're going to look. You place an order for 100 ounces, like not a 100 ounce bar, 101 ounces. You might get 100 of the same thing. You might get 100 different things. I have no idea because the chances are we're going to grab 5 tubes and send them out because there is so much there that we can't go through and sort it at all. It's just such random stuff that, I'm not even going to guarantee that in a tube of 20 that it's. I'll guarantee it's 20 ounces.
Yeah, but is it 1 ounce? Is it 2 ounces? Is it a combination? Yeah,
I got no clue. So.
At least the first lot of 2 ounces, it sounds like we might have already sold.
Okay, all right.
But as you will see with the unboxing, there is kind of a lot hidden under this, under that, under this. So there is a chance that there will be more stuff kind of just being listed as we go.
But we can't. I can't actually get to the bottom of the box. Like the first box that we opened and Ruben shows, it's got a box inside it that's, I don't know, it's probably about this kind of big inside the pallet. And it's full of 100 ounce bars and the stuff underneath it. So until we empty all these 100 ounce bars out, I can't. I need a crane to lift the flaming thing out of the box to see what's underneath it. So it's
a bit of a first world problem. Too much silver.
What were the 2 ounce like?
What were they like? Yeah. Well, the couple of tubes I opened, they were good, but they were very, very random.
But it was rounds, it wasn't coins.
There was no coins in that. You know, this is I was going to say 2 ounce eagle, but they don't do that. But you know what I mean? There's no.
Yeah.
They were all rounds of various brands, and there's brands in there that I've never even heard of. It's all American stuff. We actually thought for a millisecond. Ruben actually made this suggestion that we put up a buyback. USA buyback sort of thing because I'm pretty sure they're all US stuff, but I can't guarantee that it's all US. So anyway,
a long name's most likely US buybacks.
Well, this is one box that, like I said, was sitting on my desk that I literally scooped the top 4 off. This is a flipping heck. This is a 5 ounce. This is a Money Metals 5 ounce silver bar, minted bar. I don't know if you want to hold them up, Rubes, or This one's. Oh, you're going to zoom in. Oh, I can't see, so you're going to have to center it. It's not even focusing. So that's actually a 5 ounce. So this is in the 10 ounce box. There's a 5 ounce. There better be another 5 ounce in there as well. A 10 ounce cast, just standard old cast loaf Amex bar. Atmex, sorry, not Amex. Atmex, wrong company. Oh, this one's a cool one. I don't know if that's focusing, Rubes. I can't see. But you've got that one, which is actually an Atmex minted bar.
What's that?
Right, Royal Military College.
No, Republic Metals Corporation.
Well, it's one of the two.
I don't know. I don't even know where that one's from.
That one's pretty cool.
This one, it's another Atmex. So there you go. 3 of these that I scooped up were Atmexes. That one, and again, Rubes, I'm relying on you.
Wow.
You know, it's got the American Eagle on the front, and you know, they're just.
I like this one.
Yeah, that one's a cool one. But literally, cool. I scooped off the top, and I thought I'll show these 10 ounces. One of them turned out to be a 5. And the other 3 are just completely random things. So this is what we're dealing with. So if you buy back 10 ounce, buy back 5 ounce.
1 ounce or 2
ounce?
2
ounce and 1 ounce.
Tubes of 20?
You can buy them singularly. You can buy them in tubes. You can buy them in monster boxes. You may end up with almost anything. But you will end up with the correct weight. If you order a 10 ounce bar, you'll end up with a 10 ounce bar. If you order a box of 10 ounce bars, I suppose there's 50 in a box because they're all 500 ounce. I will guarantee the 500 ounces that are in there. I'll guarantee that they're in some form of bar form, but I won't guarantee that there's not 2 5 ounces in there instead of 110, or possibly
essentially
120 instead of 210.
Yeah, you're buying by weight, not by type.
When you start getting out to that, yeah, you might be. But, you know, look, if you specifically say to me, look, I've ordered 50 of the 10 ounce and I actually want 10 ounce, then we'll open the box. We'll make sure that there's all 10 ounces in there. But if you're happy to take a random stab in the dark, I'll guarantee the correct number of ounces, but you could get a combination of pretty much anything in there.
I really like this concept because there's a lot of differences in stacking between the Americans and us.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of brands, there's a lot of even just types of bars to them that are, oh yeah, ho-hum, it's just, you know, one of these, one of that. And almost the same here. Obviously, we get a little bit more laissez-faire with some of the Perth Mint products, which, you know, internationally they're quite sought after. And so I really like, it feels almost like a bit of an exchange of, you know, we'll take some of your just generic stuff that, you know, is ho-hum to you, and we go, wow, that's cool, let's grab that. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm down to do this with more countries around the world. Let's get in a bunch from here, from there.
But look, you've also got to take into account condition. This one's actually in pretty good condition. I think that mark is actually on the plastic wrapping. So this one's actually in pretty much Mickey Mouse condition. This one's seen better days. You know, it's got toning down the side, on the front, a bit on the back as well. It's been well handled. If you dusted this for fingerprints, you'd get a heck of a lot of them by the look of the way it's shining. You know, like it's luck of the draw. You'll get whatever you'll get.
So keep that one next to the crime scene.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, that was meant to be mental note.
Yeah.
Either way, good fun.
Definitely keep an eye out for that video.
Yeah, so the video will launch this weekend, and it's a good video. If you want to see me looking confused and I don't know, what else was I looking, Rubes? Not real impressed with life.
Well, if you want to fear a little bit, because Michael pulls out some power tools as well as a giant crowbar thing.
Wow.
They let me go with a crowbar and with a drill, and
So that's why half the crew had to do first aid training.
That's right. We did have first aid on standby, but yeah, if you want to see me walking around, kind of looking very lost and confused and stressed out, Saturday's viewing or this weekend's viewing might be the way to go. And like I said, check them out online. Grab some while you're there. They're not the sort of thing we get in very often. It is definitely, what I've seen is definitely very American. Not, they have different terms for it over there. Not scrap. You know, like not junk silver, but you know, it's just the common everyday run of the mill stuff that we don't see in Australia. It's definitely a mix of that. Private mintages, most of them.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Naka says it might be hard to sell in the secondary market with unknown brands. They're still the big brands, even though there's a lot of random ones in there. Most of the brands we recognised.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, you're going to buy this on let's face it, it's going to be the cheapest silver kicking around. You're going to be buying it on a dollar per ounce kind of basis, and that's the way you'd sell it, even if you sold it into the secondary market. You're not going to sell them as collector items or anything along those sort of lines. This is just a bulk. We bought it as a bulk buy of ounces of bullion. It was never marketed as, there could be some special stuff in there or, like anything along those sort of lines. It was just, hey, fellas, we've got 50,000 ounces of buybacks that we've thrown into a box. Would you like it? Yeah, absolutely. We'll take it.
One box might contain 5 gram minted bar of gold.
No, it doesn't.
I spent a couple of weeks in the USA recently. Boy, you're right about variations in conditions, especially in stores. Kid in a candy store.
Yeah, absolutely. Senior Ding Dong. So would this usually have gone to melt, but the US refineries had no capacity? Look, I'd be lying if I said it wouldn't have gone to melt if we hadn't have bought it, because I strongly suspect that's where it was going to go. But it's, like they just would have, if they'd had the capacity to sell it through the store, it would have gone through the store. If we hadn't have come along, they would have gone for refining. Like they're not, it's not like they were stuck with it. They were just saying, well, we've got this stuff. Does anyone want it? And we put our hand up.
Apart from weight, will the silver be tested? That's the other question we get a lot when we do big unboxings like that. And we're talking about how long it's going to take us to go through and things like that. Do you guys go through and test every single one?
That's actually a really good question. We do and we don't. So it's been tested at the other end, and we know it's been tested, and it's come from a reputable company who I'm not going to name, but it's come from a reputable company. We are putting our reputation behind it. So if anything was ever proven to be, not what we said it was, then absolutely it'd be a full money back guarantee. Absolutely, 100%. We absolutely will test some of it as it goes through. But again, if somebody buys a box of it, I'm not going to open the box, test every round in there, then seal it all back up again. I know where it's come from. I trust it, and I'm putting my reputation behind it.
There's been a lot of people talking about ratio swaps and things like that lately. It's been a topic fairly hotly debated. I saw someone before asking what the copper to silver ratio was, and I can't say that's one that's slipped into my knowledge base yet.
I only know the copper to rhodium ratio.
Why am I not surprised? Yeah. There's also been lots of discussion about how the current political events are impacting precious metals. Obviously, nothing super locked in as, we've got complete peace. No one's going to be doing anything, but it's certainly looking like it's heading that direction. In previous times, I would have said that meant quite a massive pullback. Things calm down, pullback happens. Over the last few months, I would say, though, it's almost felt the opposite, where when things kick off, things drop back. And then when things calm down, we almost shoot up.
Yeah. It depends why. It's like the war in the Middle East was,
separate to Alex buying as being the other thing.
The war in the Middle East has been a little bit of a different thing. I want to come back to SpaceX in a minute.
Yes, that's the other one people have been asking about.
There was a lot of panic about securing oil, even from an individual's level, people using excess cash to stack petrol, diesel, oil-based items. And we saw quite a bit of that. So there was a lot of people pulling money out of the market to put into that more oil-centric things. So every time there was the threat of more attacks or anything along those sort of lines, we absolutely saw gold pull back. Now, I would argue if that had kept going and the war had continued, I think we would actually see the flight to safety at some point where the US dollar would have gone up, but also the likes of gold would have gone up, because at the end of the day, as Alex will attest to, in times of conflict and personal security threats, we tend to move towards precious metals, because it's, as we said the other week, if you can't carry it, you don't own it.
Yeah.
So
that's a great one.
You'll start seeing, I believe firmly we would have started, and I think we still will, start seeing that gold, that money going back into gold for security reasons. I think the hits that we're taking at the moment, and I think SpaceX is part of this, although it's only a very small part, The likes of SpaceX, there's a few other floats coming down the pipeline. There's been a lot of disturbances around the world. I think the politicians, a lot of the Western politicians, are trying to get everyone just to calm down a bit. And I think some of that is reflecting in the spot price pulling back is, well, actually, if we're going to start calming down, I'm going to start looking at some of these other things. In the next breath, we also see that the European war is starting to fire up again. There was a fairly large attack in Russia overnight, and that certainly will have impacted the gold price as well because, well, you know, are we moving into peace times? Are we heading back into war times? Is it going to, is that going to expand because now Ukraine is officially applying for membership of NATO, those types of things? This could actually conflate the conflict over there because Russia's made it very clear they don't like that. I'm not making any political statements here. This is just an observation of what's going on. So, you know, the only thing I will guarantee for the rest of the year, I'd say, is volatility. It's a difficult time if you're a spot price watcher. Over the next 12 months, you're gonna look as old as me before very long if you keep watching spot price. But again,
he was 35 just last week.
That's right. If you go back into what we said near the start of this live stream, where we talked about, you know your exit strategy, know your financial plan. If you are buying gold and silver because you want to hold a proportion of your wealth in precious metals, then to a large degree, not totally, because we all like to buy a bargain, but to a large degree, this volatility over the next 6 to 12 months is almost irrelevant.
Yeah, and the other thing about, if you're wondering why this, is such a big war, and wars, I should say, and the gold price, the spot price is low, keep in mind that this one is affecting something that the others haven't really, and that's oil. So that's energy supply. And that relates back to gold being very liquid. So if you need to liquidate, what do you liquidate quickly? Liquidate gold. So all the GCC countries that have been losing so much oil and the money thereof, and like even Russia's lost so much. I think it's over 40% now, I believe, oil for export due to Ukrainian drone strikes. They had to sell. They had to start selling like gold. All these sales of gold on a big play level, will affect the market. Then you have all other people and big investors jumping out from the security of long-term gold into something which they believe will go up, like oil, will again remove money from the gold market, which will again impact the price of spot. SpaceX is another, I think, and you were right in terms of the politicians trying to, calm the markets down for preventing FOMO and things like that. So,
who'd you just start talking about, Alex? We had the stream drop out for a second there.
Wow.
I said something you weren't supposed to.
I do love the fact that
live editing as we speak. Not on Ruben's
Not
part.
even done by me. Yeah.
I love the fact that the Americans, or Trump in this case, paused the sanctions against America while they attacked Iran, so they could get the Russian oil. But now it's all calmed down. They've put the sanctions back up again.
Yeah,
nothing to see here at all.
It's a farce, like you can't buy Russian oil, but we can buy Indian oil. But hang on, India buys it from Russia and then sells it to you. That's fine. It's like,
yeah, you gotta laugh, don't you? At the end of the day, it's an interesting one, but I think one of the big washouts of whatever else, and again, I don't want to get into politics. We try and keep this politics free, but it does lean into lately. It does lean into
a bit intertwined
metals
sometimes.
Yeah. When things, irrespective of what happens with what happened in Iran and what's happening in Ukraine and Russia at the moment, there is still going to be, like on a much higher level than what we bat on that, central bank government level, they're all sitting back going, we've got our reserves in USD. Look at what happened, whether you agree with it or not. Look what happened to Iran. Look what happened to Russia when the Western world didn't like them. They sanctioned them. They froze their assets. They refused to allow them to use US dollars. They have shown us that there is a risk in holding your investments in US dollar denominated forms, whether that be physical cash or whether that be in T-bonds or those types of things. There is an inherent risk in it. We need something that is accepted worldwide at an agreed amount that no one can freeze, no one can sanction. And the obvious answer there is gold, particularly after Basel III. The obvious answer is gold. And that is why we've seen previously in the last 12, 18 months, the likes of India repatriating their gold from overseas, bringing it back into country, chartering aircraft to fly their gold back into country. So now we hold it. We've got it in gold and it's on our turf. So no one can take it from us and no one can ban us from using it. You see China taking control of gold mines and silver mines and, well, a lot of other mining products as well. But particularly in our example, the gold, and they've got their own storage facilities and their own mining facilities and refining facilities because they're saying we don't want to hold these things anymore because there's an inherent risk in holding them. So again, I firmly believe it will continue, and we're seeing the signs of foreign powers, what we in the Western world would call foreign powers, more and more pulling gold into their reserves, and that will only do one thing, and that's drive the price of gold up. Absolutely, Russia, the likes of Russia and probably Iran as well, have been liquidating their gold supplies because they've needed it because of where they are now. But that doesn't mean that when things quieten down, they won't restock them, and it also doesn't mean that other countries watching won't do a very similar thing moving forward.
And as Desi said, figures came out recently and governments are still heavily buying gold.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? On a governmental level, you'd be mad not to. You'd be irresponsible not to. So, anyway. I wasn't going to mention it, but she's outed herself.
Wasn't sure if you saw that.
Anna Maria was the person I was talking about earlier. Yes, it was her father that I was mentioning earlier, and I will definitely love to take you up on that offer that you made there. I haven't been in a T28 for many years.
A bit of a follow-up question from last week with more info. This was in regards to wondering why certain info were dropped off from invoices, and they've got some extra info for us here. They say international orders sent from storage, missing item description, purity and country of manufacture on the shipping invoice. Was a nightmare. Has IT fixed?
What a balls up. Yes. If it hasn't been fixed, it's about to be fixed. I actually think it has been fixed, but if it hasn't been, it will be fixed. And I'm talking an update tonight or sometime over the weekend. But I'm pretty sure it's already been fixed. But because on anything we export, it has to have, I can't remember the exact criteria, but basically what it is, where it was manufactured, if it's denominated in a currency, that type of thing.
There was a few other things in relation to IT and the website. Someone before was, I think they'd gotten frustrated with waiting and were trying to solve it for themselves. The issue with sorting by price and things like that, they were wondering if it was something to do with some of the tags. They said some of the tags weren't correct on some of the products.
You're talking to the wrong person.
And this someone else says, can the website be updated to also include restocked items under the new release section? That would be helpful.
That's a good idea.
To help find recently restocked items without having to scroll through the pages of each section. So yeah, you top up a SKU that we've had years and years ago, but is a fresh batch of them that still flows through there.
That's a very good idea.
More selling or buying in store this week, gold and silver.
From what I've seen, similar to last week, the sellbacks to us have increased a little bit,
but still selling.
But there has been some chunky buybacks.
Yeah.
Like,
I did a chunky buyback today. I did
Yeah.
Chunky's buyback today. Yeah.
but we've seen larger sizes. Was it you or who did the 10-ounce the other day?
I did over 300 ounces.
We did a video on it, didn't we?
Yes, that's still coming.
Yeah.
I can pull a photo or one.
Yeah,
if
do you want to flip
it.
up a photo? But you also did a pretty big buyback today, didn't you?
Today I did a big buyback, but then last week was over 300 ounces of gold.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Yeah, 300 ounces of gold there. There
And
was
again,
another one.
but it comes in and it goes.
Yeah. I did one earlier this week of 1 ounce coins, 1 ounce gold coins, and there was 35 of them, 35, 36 of those, and a couple of other things in
Saw
there as
some
well.
of those.
Yeah, and that was...
They're beautiful.
I kind of felt for the guy. Have we just frozen? No, that's okay.
That's me doing a screen capture to get the photo up.
Okay. I kind of felt for the guy because he was selling his collection.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, it was going to a good cause, so that's all right.
Yeah, but... it's a collection.
It's really hard to know, and we still actually I haven't solved this problem yet because it's all the lunars, all the gold 1 ounce lunars, one of each type. It's the Tudor beasts or Queen's beasts. I think it's Queen's beasts.
I always get
one of each type.
That's the one series I always interchangeably confused. Yeah,
but it's one of each type. You know, there's all this type of thing, and you go, well, it's a real shame to break it up. But I'm not creating a listing for one thing, and it's quite chunky if we do because it's it's a dozen coins in a collection and that sort of stuff. So you kind of I haven't solved the problem yet. They're still sitting on my desk.
I've only got the photo of one of them, but I thought it was a good.
So this buyback was 3 vintage 10-ounce bars and half a dozen vintage 1 ounce bars, and one of the bars in particular, two of the bars in particular, I've never seen before, and I'm having to do research on because I don't know the manufacturer. They went out of business in the late 70s, early 80s. So, and the bars, they'd obviously been stored in someone's sock drawer because they're not beaten up or knocked around.
I was just going to say, what a great photo, Rubes, on that one. Yeah.
There's
so much yellow coming off that gold. It was like Pulp Fiction when he's opening up the briefcase.
You don't have the Harrington there, do you?
I can get it.
If you can get a snapshot of the Harrington up, because this is the one that floated my boat. I like the Harringtons anyway, like the old ones. This is where I get a bit funny.
It's got some beautiful pour lines, which you'll see in a second.
I never know if I like the modern, how they've resurrected some of these older brands. These older brands. I like the fact that it's got people talking about the older brand.
Yeah, I like that.
But I don't think I find them not as respectful of the brand as I would like.
No, look,
but this one
look
here,
at that.
And what you can't see is the reverse side of it as well, and I'll touch on that in a second. But you look at these, it's not 4 nines, it's 9968. I mean, okay, people are going, oh, that's terrible, it's not pure. But how cool is that they give you a purity of 9968? That the technology they had at the time couldn't easily get up to even 3 nines, never mind 4 nines. The pour lines on it, like this is hand poured into a mold, and it gives you those ripples as it cools. The stamp on it, very simple stamp in the left hand corner, that Harrington stamp. That's all they needed on there. On the reverse side, it's actually counter stamped by the gold something international. I can't think what it is. So the story and the history behind this bar is just beautiful. The thing I don't like about it is it's a 10 ounce, so it's out of everyone's price range. So we will probably end up being melted, unfortunately.
I know. This is why I'm putting my head down already, like going, oh no. And some of our customers, and I get it, like they need gold for melting and creating jewelry and things.
Yeah, but it's $60,000. It's a lot of money to just stick in your back pocket or in the back of your safe just because it's a cool bar.
What are you talking about? That's a pocket piece.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the point of. That's a topic of discussion. Like you take out your change at the cafe. Oh, that's my.
Yeah, that's right.
It's an old vintage Harrington.
Might not be yours for long.
Yeah, that's a newer old Engelhard. But yeah, look. You start. This is the problem. You start getting into these bars, and you start getting into the history and the story behind them, and it gets incredibly expensive.
Is that 10 ounce?
Yeah.
Or is that 1 ooze?
What?
1 ounce.
Good on you.
I
initially saw that as a 20 ounce.
You know,
Because I read it backwards.
looking at it from this angle, I know exactly. Like on your screen, I can see why he did that. But geez, I call that the fingerprint of the gods. You know, those swirl marks.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful.
And you just don't get them in modern bars because the technologies are far better and we mass produce and all this sort of stuff. But this was the cutting edge technology of its age, and it's just it. I guess in some ways I relate it back to the old classic cars. Like I'm into muscle cars. The old Falcons and the old Kingswoods and Commodores and Tiranas and things like that. They have a smell about them. They have an aura about them. They weren't perfect. They were the panels didn't always quite line up and the paint patches didn't always work and the sound of the engine and things like that. And I know I'm coming from a very male-esque conversation here, but you kind of translate that into the bar, and you get these ripple lines, and you get the smaller but not quite centralized and straight and clean counter stamps and initial stamps, and the purities, they're just not there, and the weights are just slightly off, and it's all those quirks of it. They make up this fascination on the bar.
It is. That's why I do like collecting vintage silver bars.
Yeah,
because
the
they're
silver's just as good.
It's just look, I'd much rather prefer the gold and have some vintage gold, but silver is easier to accumulate, not as easy to get. And I find every I don't know, 6 months seems to be a lot more people asking for them. So as people get into bullion, no one wants it, and I was a classic example of that.
Best bang for the buck. Don't give me
No.
that
Why do you want that? No, just look at it. What do you want that for? And then it's like,
class,
that's
mate.
not. I like this one. I don't like the rest, but this one's okay. And then it's like, hey, these are pretty cool. And then heaven forbid you look at Kim Brett's book and you're like, oh, okay, look, you know what? I like them all.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's just the quirks of them. It's one of the reasons I love sovereigns. It's the quirks of them, the story behind them.
Yeah.
We had a sovereign in from 1887 the other day. Like that's gone through the Great Depression, 2 world wars, the banking collapse in Australia, part of the gold rush, like all these types of things. And you think this coin has seen all of it, and I'm holding it in my hand.
Yeah,
like it's just amazing. I talked earlier about I'm very hesitant about bringing names in, but the Warbird movement and things like that, and meeting the daughter of one of my heroes from that era. He brought that Warbird community. He was one of the initial members and established it. But it's that sound of those old planes and the smell of them and the they weren't perfect, and they were made, particularly when you go back into some of the older stuff, they were made during war periods, so they were literally slapped together to get them out as quickly as you can. But the stories they can tell and the experiences they had, and it just
even though
amazing.
They weren't one of a kind, they're still unique.
Yeah, absolutely, and they represent unique eras of mankind and our growth and development, and for all its pluses and minuses and all those sorts of things, like we talk about the sovereign that I mentioned earlier. I hit the high points or some of the points, high or otherwise, of human development during those times. World War II, World Wars, a Great Depression. There's ups as well as downs. We talk about the sovereign, and one of the things I love about about the Krugerrand, and I know that there's terrible history there, but there's also it's part of human history, and it's a representation of it, and it's a reminder of both the good and the bad, and it just brings all of that to life in all its ripples and impurities. And
it's also very close to the front of that action as well. It's not like it's something that just would have sat like, if you go throughout history, these big deals, these raids, these whatever, these if you're talking Krugerrands, the ban on bringing them through, these things are at the forefront of big deals, big movements, big ideas, and so that's it there. Yes, sometimes they do just sit in a safe and gather dust sometimes, but the things they would have purchased, the things the pockets they would have gone between, it's fascinating.
The reasons they were bought, or the reasons they were carried, or the reasons the exchanges were made. And half of these stories are probably made up in the back of your brain, but it doesn't matter. It brings It brings your collection, your stack. It brings to life. It's what we are as humans. It stirs those emotions, and these things bring them out. And this is from a guy who doesn't understand art at all.
Well, maybe not modern art, but
Well, pretty much any art. I just don't get it. I'm a
except for the
Neanderthal.
Cortez nugget. That's
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
that's
that,
natural art.
But yeah, you can spin again, whether it's true or just in your emotions. The stories that you can spin around it, and it just, like I said, it brings that world to life, and it's an amazing thing. And it's one of the reasons, and I bang on about this way too much, and I have done it again now, but it's why I encourage people to put flavour in their stack, because anyone can stack these things, and it's just a lump of silver or a lump of gold, sitting in your safe or on your shelf or in your sock drawer or wherever you keep it, But if you start putting some of this flavour into your stack, it brings it to life. It helps you stack more. It helps encourage you to save, and it builds your financial future as well as giving you that feel-good feeling. And it teaches you history and all these types of things, and it just brings the world to life.
There's an obvious reason why you couldn't, but there's Mark's idea there. I want someone to design a coin with a GPS tracker and put into circulation just for that reason. I mean, that's it. Obviously, you may not like it being parked at your house and people being able to see it, but just watching that movement around would be very, very fascinating.
Yeah, and label as such. So it's like a hot potato, like a dollar. Everyone wants to get rid of it. It just goes around. No, but that would be great,
Shipwreck shillings,
yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Like it just,
Been out of shape by a cannon landing on it. It's one of my favorite pieces in my little collection, the story.
What's that?
It's saying the shipwreck shilling with
Oh, okay, no, I've got it here now,
by a cannon.
Wow.
Spots down, get that gold boot nugget for unallocated.
Yeah. But I mean, I've told this story before. We had somebody come in with their sovereign that their father had stitched into their flight jacket during. He was a part of the bomber crew during World War II. In case he got shot down.
Do you know the problem with that with me is if I had that, I couldn't let go of that.
Well, fortunately, he didn't. He was considering it, but I talked him out of it.
Yeah.
Slightly depressingly because I really wanted it, but like you can't let that sort of thing go. We had this. I wish I'd been able to interview her at the time, but several years ago we had this little old lady come in. She'd had to organise someone to drive her down. She'd lived in the country, and her and her husband had bought shares during the mining rush and collapse back in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And they'd lost quite a bit of money on it, so they decided they'd only ever invest in gold. And she had this whole stack of gold that she'd stashed up. Her and her husband had bought over the years and stuck in the sock drawer sort of thing for many years. And she'd come in, and she was in her 90s, and she'd come in to sell one back to me because she needed a bit of, in her words, a bit of pin money, a bit of spending money. So she sold back, I think it was a 5-ounce bar. And she still had the original receipt for it that she'd, when she'd bought it for all of about $15, or no, it was pounds. It was that far ago. It was back in pounds. And, like this money that they'd stored away, or this gold that they'd stored away, had paid for all of their retirement. And she was telling me all about it, the whole history of it. And it was just amazing. And I made sure that bar actually went to a good home. I couldn't bear having it melted. So I actually found someone that was going to hold it for another 50 years.
Nice. That's what kills me. Sometimes dealing with, people are buying the gold in bulk, and I'm like, oh, look at this piece, and it happened about 3 weeks. Oh, look at this. This is a 2-ounce Engelhard or something like that, right? I can't remember if it was Engelhard or Harrington, but he was like, this is great, and he's like looking at me sheepishly. I'm like, oh, what are you gonna? He's like, I'm gonna melt it. I'm gonna recreate. I'm like, what? No. Yeah. I was like, oh man. But we didn't have any, he had a whole bunch that he ended up buying, and I'm like, oh no, sorry, it was 5-ounce. That's right, it was a 5-ounce, and I'm like,
it's just it does me in when, particularly with these larger bars, like I said, and they're beautiful bars and they've got a story to them, and that the guy you're selling it to is melting it for some, could be jewelry, or it could be some industrial process or something like that, and you just think, I know it's only gold.
Remember the Chinese minted bar?
Yeah, we're still not talking about that, mate.
Look, I preserved the capsules for him.
Yeah, I don't care about the capsules, but the quality and the design of those Chinese bars was...
Especially that dragon.
Yeah, okay, let's stop rubbing that one in. I'm still devastated about it.
Moving on.
I did a poll before, kind of on that topic of handboard stuff and things like that. And there's a lot of people interested. I was wondering, and someone else was asking before, if we'd ever get Smithy's product back in. And we actually had an offer from a local guy that I need to speak to you about, Michael, to do some handboard stuff for us as well. Is it a product type we would consider getting in the future?
We used to stock Smithies all the time, and I think it's one of those things we just got too busy and we kind of fell out of contact. We never kind of like it kind of just petered out. I don't know if it was him or us or a combination of both, but we kind of just lost that one. But I'm certainly open to stocking that sort of stuff. You don't say.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
All right, and I'm never going to repeat those secrets again.
Yeah, but it's a bargain. But it's all gone.
Not sure what's happening there. Oh well, we're back.
We're back. Can you? It's frozen on the. Can you scroll down on the?
I sure can. Sorry.
Yeah, thingo thing, so I can keep the thingo thing.
There you go. I knew what you meant.
Thingo thing.
Great question from Desi there, Michael. When did you buy your first 1 ounce bar or coin, and do you remember how much you paid?
I remember gold was about $400 an ounce. It was a 1/10 coin, and I'm sure I still have it because I don't ever remember selling it. But I actually couldn't tell you what it was off the top of my head. But it is around somewhere.
A 1/10 gold.
Yeah. Because I came from the dark side. I was a coin guy before I was a stacker, which you probably guessed by my emotive outburst just before, because I love the stories behind them and the designs and things like that, particularly the older stuff. So it was one of the coins that I bought, and I did buy it knowing it was gold, but I bought it for the coin. I didn't buy it for the gold content.
Yeah, Desi here. I remember 2 years ago or so, Alex showed me a 1 ounce Smithy's gold cross. I regret not buying it. You know what? Me too. Yeah, that was a cool piece, and he had his stamp mark on the back. But yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
We have a message from finance, Michael.
Oh.
Hi, y'all. I made a mess of the payments. Please approve.
No.
I don't know what that means.
No, I've got no clue.
Information. But yeah, maybe take a quick look at what happened there.
Excuse me for being rude. I can't multitask. I'm only male.
All right, Rubes, I got it.
Does Bullion Now and Little Coin Shop have the same shop front?
Sort of. Little Coin Shop's actually more an internet-based company, although it does have a presence here in Melbourne.
I was asking that one to Alex. I thought he was going to. You just proved you can multitask. I have.
No, it was loading.
That'll do it. Pre-33 gold question for Alex.
I was just about to respond to that. Yeah, go ahead.
We're
doing this thing.
We're taking over.
Yeah.
So can Kate from finance tell me if I'm actually approving these or I'm not approving these?
And I believe Emma's is the one I still have to get back to. I believe you emailed me for that as well.
Smithy did a fantastic VW combi bar.
Yeah, 7 ounce.
Yeah.
7 ounce bar.
And he did one, he did a plain one and he did a coloured one, I think it was. Was it coloured or was it, no, it might have been that oily finish that he does, kind
like
of that rainbow.
Yeah.
Still one of my all-time favourites.
Apparently there's just a lot of them, but yes, please approve.
Okay, all right. That I can cope with.
Oh, wow.
Spot has been going down this afternoon. Buy back 1 ounce for $100 is great. We might be back below that point.
Seriously, it's dropped that much?
Yeah.
How much?
How much was that, Rubes?
Down sub $100 for 1 ounce for a buyback. So could be people snatching up the 50,000 ounces when the video drops.
Wow.
Well, we've got to move it.
Hi, folks. Is it possible to buy the 1 gram Pamp, Una and Lion at the Pakenham shop?
Yes.
That's a beautiful bar.
I would strongly suggest that this is margin calling. Because the stock market's down quite a bit. And a lot of the bigger stocks. So I'm just reading really quickly here. BHP faces biggest one-day fall in a year. So you'll probably find, we've talked about this a number of times, where a lot of the bigger dealers, I'm not talking bullion dealers, I'm talking, stocks currencies, things like that. They keep a lot of their quote unquote spare funds in the precious metals market because it's so liquid. And so when they get margin called, they dump a lot of their precious metal positions because they have to pull the cash out to back their margins. So this is not financial advice. This is just a cursory glance across the headlines, but I'd suggest that there's a little bit of that going on at the moment.
We've got Brennan tuning in. Still tuning
Hey,
in. Miss
as
you
in
guys.
the Brennan.
Much
Yeah.
love from Brennan.
Hey,
Great to see you tune in. It was great to see you the other day in store as well.
Hold off, guys. Alex might be buying tomorrow, so we can all buy it even cheaper on Monday. I really like Kona Commuter's idea. They mentioned this earlier with the introduction of the kilo copper bar, having the kilo copper bar next to the 1 kilo silver bar, next to a kilo gold bar.
yeah.
As you know, as the shop who sells all those 3 different items, I think that would make for a very cool display.
I had a photo of, I got to find it when I started, and it was a 10-ounce Pallady Fortuna bar in a case, next silver, next to gold, next to platinum, and that was great, but that didn't last long. They all they all went.
There's some love for the Smithy stuff there, so might have to do some chasing.
He's a very clever artiste.
Speaking of Smithies, I also have a full set of silver checkers to play a checkers game
Oh, there you
in
go.
both regular silver and antiqued for the black and white. How's that?
Ah, very cool. Actually, on that note, I actually bumped into Daniel Germano today,
Okay, yes.
our resident jeweler.
Yeah.
So he was the one that some of the earlier people will remember the dice that we had made. What was that, Rubes? 2 years ago? You
More
reckon?
than that.
No, that was before I started working
Oh,
here. I bought
seriously?
some online,
Yeah.
and that was like 2022.
It'll be
21,
okay, so
22.
3 or 4
Yeah.
years ago.
It'll scare you how long ago
Oh,
how
dear,
long
that's
ago that was.
Slightly embarrassing. But yeah, bumped into him today. So he's having a think about what else he could do along the more artist line.
4 years
hang
ago.
on.
4 years ago.
All right. Because he made
According to the YouTube video,
six-sided dice, correct?
Correct.
There's a whole set of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
various
Don't
size
want to go
dice.
down that path, though, because there's so many different ones.
Well, not too many. Maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah. So if anyone's got any suggestions along those sort of lines, make them and we'll pass them on to Daniel. And if you need any jewelry type stuff done, he's a bit of a gun.
Michael, any chance I could call you early next week regarding the Harrington 10-ounce gold bar?
Yeah, sure.
If it still exists.
Don't say it so threateningly. It's like a...
No, it wasn't. I don't know. It
it's
hasn't
like-
already gone.
Yeah, that's a question for Adzi.
Yeah, it really is.
If it's still available.
The USA Silver video drop, assuming we got all the listings done, will be coming this weekend. So stay tuned over that. The unboxing itself, how long did it take us?
Too flaming long.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the video is about 20 to 30 minutes. It'll be probably at least 40 minutes plus with what I kind of shortened and cut out. But as you'll see in the video, we also kind of barely scratched the surface of what's actually in there because it's just boxes on boxes on boxes.
He
Sorry,
cut
or was it? How long did it take to actually literally unbox? Because that looked like a massive box that was
but
very well sealed.
It was actually relatively quick to unbox
Okay.
it. It was just about 50 screws on each one. Yeah. But Ruben cut out the hour of me wandering around going, I don't know what to do. What the heck do we do with this? I don't know what to do with this.
Left some of it in. That's half the fun. But yeah, I forgot we even put up a how it's made. He sent us some footage of those dice and kind of the how they're all made
cool.
and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, very keen for more stuff like that. Suggestion there for some Bullion Now copper rounds. Does anyone make a chess set with silver pieces? There's a few I've seen around over the years. Normally
Incredibly
very high
expensive.
premium.
Yeah.
They know that you're going to need to buy them all unless you're just buying one off as a display piece, and so they can charge quite a bit.
Maybe that's what we should do. We'll have one produced, like a queen or a pawn or something like that. We'll do it at spot.
Oh, now it's like those magazines. The subscription. Oh, you get all this stuff in the first issue. That's great.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what?
Yeah, and then you got to pay a fortune for the rest.
We also had someone come through and suggest via email with some details that I might have to do some digging on, but about doing a live, an in-person live, having us get in front of a crowd essentially, and I still think with the cameras to do a show out of it. But how would you feel about doing the Bullion Now stream in front of a live studio audience, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Notice you didn't ask me.
What? You're multitasking. I'm trying to direct.
Yeah, no, I've done.
You don't get a choice.
I've done lots of live panels and stuff, so that doesn't faze me. Talks, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting. We could make a day of it.
The bigger question is, would anyone come?
Maybe. I don't know. It will depend on where exactly it was.
Run one of your
happening.
surveys, mate. Would you come to one in a Melbourne-ish area? Or any area, I suppose, but I guess we're talking a Melbourne-ish area, to a live recording of a live stream. And then you could see all the mistakes that I make.
Plume, live in Frankston. Frankston South, not North.
I don't know, we could go back to your old stomping ground.
There you go. Oh. Yeah, with how many armoured vehicles? Hang on. Yeah.
Well, there'd be no point doing it in my old stomping ground. Live in Melbourne North. Woo! There'd be 3 people, 8 chooks and a cow.
Just received a 2026 1 gram Year of the Horse Germania Gold Bar from a friend.
Ah, they're
beautiful
nice.
piece. The assay definitely makes it pop. That's from our man in Japan.
And a good friend to have. Hang on to that one.
Yeah, there's a few people saying they'd come. Brendan's in. Yeah, for the opening of Pakenham, we should do it as a part of that. We'll have
that's a good
live
idea.
stream.
A live stream in Pakenham.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm actually starting to like the thought of doing one in Melbourne North, actually.
Say Frankston North?
Yeah, no, Melbourne North.
Okay, no,
with
no.
the 8 chooks and the cow.
You got to answer this one, Michael, without touching the financial advice. But please answer this question: do you advise buying gold or silver or large land real assets?
Yeah,
like I
that's
said,
such a big question, that one.
got to throw that up.
No, don't ask multiple times.
Yeah,
you
don't spam
you just
it.
lost it. Not interested.
we like to just have the discussion, and we try and hit everything, and even if we don't, we'll ask it at the end. So
we could do one in. The brewery's
is
gone.
it still going?
Which brewery?
The Melbourne
Okay.
North Brewery. I was devastated about that because we found out just too late because there was a group of the old Melbourne Northites, because we all went to high school together, who banded together and said, well, we'll take it over. But by the time we got there, the administrator had unloaded it all, so it was devastated about that. Anyway, right off topic, we could do a live stream in Hotham.
Oh, yeah.
You could all put your thermals on and come up to Hotham.
I would.
Because I'm not sure there's much snow up there, so I might
really?
have plenty to do next
wow.
week.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Yeah, some love for a poured silver collection. Stephen Bayer's dealing with V8s this weekend. I can hear them practicing.
Hey.
And apparently aluminium's on the move.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to talk about the aluminium bullion bars coming through? No, I'm just joking.
That's
I'm
the
just
one that looks
joking.
like those silver-coated ones we sell.
Yeah.
This is a question on a few people's mind as well. Do you think we're at the new bottom of silver right now, or are we going to be going lower?
That's an excellent question. I actually thought we were starting to see the signs of a bottom this last week and into this week. I'm not so sure now. I've got to say, I think the activity we're seeing at the moment will be very short-lived. I don't know.
Look, I don't know. I'm just enjoying buying the dip.
Yeah, look, I've got to admit that as well.
Yeah.
So
Although today I'm picking up an LCS item, so...
So you are buying today. So hold off your buying.
No,
Alex is buying today. We should be right to buy tomorrow.
No, well, I don't know, because this is LCS. This is a numismatic, so I don't know how that
you don't
works.
think it counts?
It's not.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
linked to spot.
Well, we'll see.
We don't know.
Figured I may as well open that up for a poll and see.
Do you think we're at the bottom? Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard question. I'm liking what I see up there, though, because when people are telling me that it's got a long way to fall, that's usually when you'd be mad to buy it. it's collapsing. That's usually when I start going, this could be a good time to be getting in.
But these are astute Bullion Now viewers, Michael. They know what's going on.
Yeah, well, maybe. I tell you what, there's a lot smarter people out there than me.
And that's honestly why I run the stream. Is it's interesting to see where that
Because there's smarter people than me out there.
No, to get the broader
Great
public.
way to get a pay rise there, Rick.
I think you're fantastic. You're an inspiration, Michael. Just saying.
Streaming the most polls ever. Definitely not. Matt holds that record for sure. We need to start looking at rapid fire, particularly if they take as long.
Seriously.
Particularly if they take as long as they
last week.
have the last couple of weeks. I might be getting in a little bit early, but I'm playing
We
it a
think
little
last
safe.
week was the longest live stream on record
I think so.
because
Yeah.
we clicked over it was like 2 hours 10 or something.
Well, with the intro and then the tail end as well. Yeah. It certainly was up there. Which was we had a lot of people say it was a great stream, but it was a very long one.
Right, so we're going to do a Where in the World, or we're not doing one this week?
I've got a couple there, but I was serving in the shop today, so I have not thrown one together.
Okay, alrighty. So we're going to do rapid fire, and those that haven't seen us do rapid fire, it's one of the slowest rapid fires you are ever going to see in your life, and it's where you guys throw up questions, we answer them as quickly as we like, which is always far slower than Ruben's wanting. So throw up any questions you either haven't asked yet that you wanted to ask, or you have asked and we've skipped over accidentally. So now's your chance.
Any news on the Tudor Beasts arriving, Michael?
We have a tracking number, I believe.
Is it for the Tudor Beasts?
Yeah. I believe it's for the Tudor Beasts.
Okay, cool. Is Bullion Now going to get in the 1/10th Platinum Lunar Horse from
Yes.
the Perth Mint?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Michael, if you were buying today, would you buy gold or silver or platinum?
In order,
Yes.
I would buy gold and platinum and then silver.
Yeah, gold. Yes, and then for me, it's a toss up between the two. It depends on what's there.
Team Global Express has my parcel. I thought you guys didn't do outwards mail on Fridays.
Me neither.
Any update on Kids Club?
No.
Best lunar animal, and why is it the tiger?
Because I'm born in the year of the tiger.
I didn't say it was.
No, I just confirmed it.
Oh, okay.
It's Aris's modesty coming through.
Honesty.
Any sign of the rectangular Perth Mint Silver Dragon?
No.
There was a few people asking about this. Any update on the Hobart Mint?
No.
When are you guys opening a store in Brisbane or the Gold Coast?
Isn't this Surface Paradise?
Surfers would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
To be continued.
Vegemite, is it a culinary delicacy or a crime against humanity?
Neither. It's a nice cast silver piece, isn't it?
Culinary delicacy.
No way. It's axle grease.
Yep, I'm with Michael on this one.
I'm definitely not Australian. I do not like Vegemite.
Well, yeah. My first experience was I spread it myself like a wood Nutella, and it's put me off for life. So yeah. I didn't know better. I didn't know better.
You weren't born here. I was born here, and I still don't like it.
1/10 or 1 ounce Royal Mint Gold Britannias?
No, 1 ounce.
I'd go one.
I'm not sure if that's a comparison or are we getting either of these?
Oh, we're
things
getting him in. Yeah, we are. Actually, the 2027 is released in the not too distant future as well.
Mm-hmm.
That boot could be a go if we're at the bottom. No, Michael does not own Pepper money.
I was thinking about that as well, Desi, yeah.
Michael has 5 kids. He doesn't have any money at all.
How is the BN purchase of the Perth Mint going?
Yeah, they've gone a bit quiet this week. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're
they're playing hard to get.
No, this could be a good sign. Is the half gram of gold a waste of time with the premiums?
No.
It fills a different purpose.
It absolutely
broader
does.
Answer. Michael, someone buys you a full course slap up meal or gives you a 1 gram gold bar. Which would you go for?
You can see I'm hesitating because of my shape. Depends on the meal. I'd probably go the gold bar, but it just depends on the meal because I'm into experiences.
If I send you a kilo as a gift, will you show it on stream?
I was just being
Kilo
careful
of
about
what?
a kilo of what, because we've got a lot of laws in Australia.
That's right.
We're not in international waters right now, so.
Yes, asterisks. Are you thinking of a few different size copper rounds?
I'm not thinking of anything copper, just quietly.
Adam and I will see how we go. Are you getting the Perth Mint 2026 horse rectangular coins?
If they ever actually release the suckers, yes.
Yeah, that's it. And someone else after an update on the dragon rectangulars as well. Everyone's hanging Perth Mint for rectangular bullion. Let's do it. Any update on silver donuts?
You're going to have to ask me that one in, like when I say a little while, I'm talking next year. We still have some. There's still a bag of them sitting on the shelf.
When is that compliance guy coming on?
Next Friday.
Hey,
So
it's locked
save
in, is
up
it?
your really, really risque questions and launch in. Campbell will be
Is he going to
next
be
week.
the meat in the sandwich here, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
I'll have the popcorn away from the mic. Yeah.
I'll get a camera close-up zoom just for him as a button.
but
And
bear in
slowly
mind,
zooming in as he's speaking, yeah.
bear in mind that that he will be very careful with his answers, as he should be. They will be well thought through, but he needs to. You got to understand he's on camera on a
live format.
Very live format, and you better believe that there are people watching this that are in compliance on the. I don't want to say on the other side of the fence, but you know what he means. Yeah, Oztrack's quite probably watching.
Will you be getting the 2026 Chinese Myths and Legends Dragon and Horse?
I don't believe so, no.
Are you surprised the half-ounce Platinum Sea Eagles haven't been sold out? Platinum or fractional, Platinum not popular?
I'm going to answer yes and no to that question. I thought they would sell quicker. Having said that, when anything like on an overall market sense, Platinum's been copping a bit of a hiding, the same as pretty much every fixed asset has over the last couple of months. So always people are hesitant with their buying habits when things track downwards. And I also know how many we bought, because we bought a lot of the suckers. So it was always going to take a while to grind through. So that side of it didn't surprise me. But I did expect probably a few more to go. But as I said, the economy and what's going on in the precious metals market at the moment explains that.
Favorite precious metal-based ancient coin?
Hang on.
I don't have. I'm not into ancients, so I don't really have one.
The Athenian owl.
You reckon?
It's one of my top ones.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we're talking ancient, so we're not talking medieval, but we're talking, say, 2,000 years or so.
Yeah, I don't know. I never. I never grabbed hold of the.
I'm much more
bug.
of an ancient gold collector. I just don't have any yet, but I'm much more of that future collector of that. But yeah, still in the market to find one.
Have you paid the Perth Mint bill today, Michael?
Yes.
Have you checked the PSI of the aircraft?
Yes. Slightly secondhand. I had someone else zip out there and do it for me that was on their way out there.
Get Alex to negotiate the Perth Mint deal. The purchase price will plummet straight away.
So you negotiate the first part, then I'll come in a week later and clean it up.
As long as I get dibs on the carpet.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Will you be stocking the Perth Mint 1 ounce kangaroo bars soon?
I
thought they're not up on the website. There is a couple hanging out the back of the shop, but they're not. People watching the stream have not had a chance to buy them. I got to say, other things have caught up with me. I've been a little bit slack in making sure that everything's up on the web and hasn't fallen off. So I need to try and get stuck into that again. Vicky Brett asked this question before. Does LCS buy back the weird and wonderful coins? They're, I guess, also more asking for a price above spot price before, I think they were. Little Coin Shop doesn't. And would they? Yeah, they don't tend to do buybacks, mainly because in numismatics, the condition of the outer shipper box can be as important, if not more important, than the actual coin inside itself. So it's very difficult. As I said earlier, Little Coin Shop is more internet-based than it is
shop front based. So it, as a rule, it does not do buybacks because people say, oh, they're in perfect condition, and they turn up and they've got just the tiniest, but they've got the tiniest little nick or, you know, something in the corner of the box, and all of a sudden it's gone from worth several $1,000s to basically spot price. So it's just too difficult to do in a remote kind of, you know, online sense.
Any 1 ounce silver cast bars?
1 ounce silver cast bars. We're talking brand new or buyback? There are some in the buybacks. I actually couldn't tell you brand new.
Score predictions for tomorrow morning. I'm guessing the Australia v US.
I don't want to say anything because I don't want to jinx anything. So I'm just going to watch it and just like...
Superstitious old thing.
No. How many times is... Oh, we just cleared the line. It's going to be nice and quiet. Mark jinxes us all the time on a Saturday. And I keep saying, just don't say it.
And he does it just almost at knocking off time. And as soon as he said it, like within a minute or so, all 4 doors all 4 elevators will open and we'll all pour out into the foyer.
The last 3 times he said it, I'll go, you got to listen to me. Don't utter it. So yeah, I want to we'll talk about it next week.
He cracks me up.
Do you think we'll ever see the chaos that we saw in January, Feb with the 3-hour lines? And do you miss those days?
Do I miss them? No. I would hand back January, February, and December for that matter in a heartbeat if I could. I hope we never, ever go through that again because these guys were like, when you shut the doors at 1 o'clock on a Saturday and you serve your last customer at 9:30 at night.
9:36 they walked out. I remember it very specifically.
It's not fair when you've got like shipping shortages and you've got customers that are stressed out because they're worried they're not going to get their stock, and we are still mopping up the mess from January now. You know, like I desperately hope that we never ever see that level of, I'm going to call it hysteria, that level of hysteria again. It's just, I think it aged all of us 10 years overnight.
Yeah,
like it's not healthy. It's not good.
If I drop a 400 ounce gold bar on my toe, is it technically an investment crash?
I don't know.
Can I do live questions prior to his appearance? This is in regards to compliance.
I don't understand the question.
Ask the questions before
Do you
he
mean,
comes on live.
Oh, can you bank them up? Yeah, absolutely. Send them through to live and we'll process them there.
He might actually prefer that.
Yeah, it gives him time to actually have a think about it, and he's more likely to give you a proper answer than a shoot from the hip answer.
Do 1/10 gold or platinum come in assay?
Ask the question again, sorry, mate.
Do 1/10 gold or platinum come in assay? Like the cards, the
1/10.
Sometimes 1/10s do. I haven't
more 1/10 gold than platinum.
Yeah, platinum.
I can't think of a one.
I can't think of any 1/10
The
platinums in an assay card.
Because they usually come in grams because they're minted bars.
Yeah.
Coins tend to come. Coins don't tend to come in assay cards.
Yeah.
This is probably one Michael's going to duck out on, and could be one for Campbell. But can capital losses for tax from selling gold or silver be declared from private sale?
No, Campbell's not going to touch this one.
Yeah.
That one is on a public forum like this. Our standard answer is going to be
talk to your accountant.
You're going to have to talk to your accountant or financial planner.
What happened to the 1/10 platinum horse?
It hasn't arrived yet.
What upcoming new release in gold or silver have you got coming in? We've got the 50,000 ounces over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We've got an educational video with those 10 ounce golds that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
There's some numismatic stuff coming through, but I'm not actually sure on the bullion front.
Yeah, there is some stuff from Germania.
Yes.
Some stuff from Scottsdale. Nothing from Perth at the moment, I don't think.
No.
Off the top of my head.
I think this person's responding to someone else. Did you declare the purchase? I think that might be talking about someone else's. Capsules. Are we going to be selling them? That's
yeah, but that wasn't a we're going to do it tomorrow. That was something I'd like to get into.
After you come back from Hotham.
Yeah, I love the chop marks on my silver Japanese bars. Does chop marks decrease the value or no?
From a collector's perspective, it may. It depends on if they're meant to be there or not. It depends on how they got there. It depends on how they present. from a collector's perspective, probably will decrease the value, but maybe not. It might actually increase. It's the same as toning. Sometimes that increases the value the collectability rather than decrease. From a us buying it back perspective, doesn't make any difference.
What's the oldest coin to come into your store?
Silver
We've had
coin from, I believe it is 1679.
We've had some from the 15s, but I couldn't tell you what they were silver, but I couldn't tell you much more than that.
I only know because I saved it from the melt pile. I had to.
Does Alex get paid a live stream allowance in his pay?
I swear I didn't type that one.
You teed that one up. No, Alex actually pays us for appearing on live stream.
Yeah.
I buy coffees.
Yeah, that's right.
Would you guys...
I actually
Did you
bought
get
the
your
coffee,
drink?
thanks.
You know who we're going to blame?
Yeah, of course. Would you guys sell shipwreck coins? You are the only place I trust to buy from online.
I was saying we buy the Zewij. We used to sell the Zewij triangular silver coins, shipwreck coin, but that's not actual ship. That was with the shipwreck series.
Look, we would, but it's not something I've pursued to actually list and try and sell.
Look, honestly,
so.
I hope we don't, because that's where a lot of my money's going to go to. Because I do like those as well.
The videos we did years ago with some buried silver did very well. I'm keen for that kind of shipwreck buried, mysterious kind of videos and content. Do you ever go near the Chinese silver or gold panda? Haven't seen one to date.
We don't, and it's more because of the
sizing.
Yeah, and look, there's two reasons. One is it's because it's measured in grams, not ounces, and that causes mass confusion, which I still don't know why, because it's not like we don't sell bars in grams and ounces, but anyway, it still seems to cause mass confusion. The other reason is we try not to get political on this channel, but sometimes we get a little bit of pushback when we have the Chinese pandas in. So we've tended just to stay on the safe side of it. Yeah,
I love the Chinese panda series, and so does my daughter. Yeah, she collects, so she's got a nice wide range and variety of them. But yeah, I think they're great.
Somewhere it is in March. Still after some tiger bars.
Are we talking Lunar Tiger, or are you talking Tiger Bars?
I'm
Those
not sure.
intrinsic tenders, because we've got the intrinsic tenders. I don't know. I think they're actually listed as locals these days instead of tigers in the silver.
Not sure. Yeah, they probably would be.
Yeah.
I know the skew is.
If you buy a local one, if you buy local kilo bar or whatever you're after on that, and you put in the notes that you want it as a tiger, I'll make sure that it goes through as a tiger.
Could we trade our copper for gold at Bullion Now?
No, but you can trade your gold for copper.
A half ounce and quarter gram gold, a waste of time. As we said before, they're different products. Don't buy them as a cheap way of stacking.
Yeah, and yes, I have them.
Is a kilo bar of gold a waste of time?
No, but it's not going to be the best to sell back.
That's right. It depends.
That's it.
Again,
everything is relative.
Yeah, approach these things with the sale in mind. How are you what's the purpose of this, and how are you selling it at the end of the day? And that will tell you if it's a waste of time. For you, it may be a waste of time. For me, it may not be, because we have different objectives on the end usage of that product.
And like when I said yes, I have some, and I have numerous of the super small fractional. Doesn't mean I just stack those. I just have some of those.
Yeah.
What metals and sizes Tudor Beast have you ordered?
Ask ads. I actually couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
With a little coin shop. Well, why is it so hard to check out? You're going to have to provide us a little bit more detail on that, because we want it to be streamlined.
I will ask the LCS guys if they're having trouble with checkout, but as far as I was aware, it was a pretty easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any circumstances when you pay above spot price for a buyback?
Only when it's a moldy old bar that I really love. It has happened, but it's pretty rare.
If the silver spot goes up again, would assay cards become more common?
Possibly.
I don't know. We've seen some stuff come through with SA cards, it doesn't mean it's...
SA cards are not, in silver particularly, in the Australian market, they're not a big thing. I know they are particularly in Europe, but in the Australian market, they're not really a thing.
No.
Regarding the Germania Mint multi-bar, can we sell them back 1 gram at a time? This would mean cutting the plastic holding 4 gram of 1 gram bars.
Yep. And we have had them many times before.
Yep.
Who's going to win the AFL Grand Final?
Go Tigers. Maybe the wooden spoon, but
What's the next Luna from Perth Mint? That's the GOAT.
The Goat.
the Djokovic. Yeah.
That's right. And
Perth
we will
Mint
be
chocolate.
there.
We'll figure it out one day.
September 8th or 9th. It's 8th, isn't it? September 8th. We will be there, and there'll be a crew of Bullion Now family across there.
I believe it's September 9th.
What did I say?
8th.
No, it's the 8th. It's not
It is
the
8th.
9th.
It's more auspicious if we're there on the 8th.
Yeah, no, it's the 8th. And yeah, so we haven't opened it up yet, but we will open it up very soon to people applying to go to that. We've got very limited numbers. It'll only be about 40 of us-ish that will go through. But if you're available and able to get to Perth, I cannot recommend it enough. It is fantastic. And we will open applications very soon, but bribes are taken from now.
For you, maybe. We've been taking for 2 weeks now.
Oh, I'm a bit behind the 8 ball, am I?
Catch up, Michael. At LCS, can you change the price of your coins if there is a dramatic spot price rise, or are you contracted to a price? I'm not sure
We're not contracted
what you're
to
able to answer on that.
We're not contracted to a price. For a start, that would be pretty much illegal. But yeah, certainly not. We could set our own price at any time we like. But Little Coin Shop is the same as most numismatic dealers, where they pay very little attention to spot, which I have to say does my head in. But, you know, as the guy who owns it, I should have some control over that, but I don't seem to. Yeah, so you'll find that they don't move their spot price very often, or they don't move their price very often in relation to spot, or if at all.
Do you only buy back Australian pre-decimals, or do you buy back other British Commonwealth florins?
So long as they've got a metal content greater than 50%, we will buy them back.
But we do take, like Michael says, donations and gifts of anything under.
Absolutely.
You're messing Desi up with where you pointed, Alex. Now he's not sure where I sit in the room in relation to everything. Basically, just
What do you mean, Ruben? What are you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Thanks for the last. Enjoy the weekend. You too. I'm interstate and purchase bullion for SMSF currently being stored by you. Can I have it sent to my vault, or do the rules allow for bullion to be sent direct to me and then I place it in the vault?
We will do as the
Trustee,
director
of the
as directed by the superannuation fund.
But I think you should ask your accountant and then
auditor.
Well, I was going to say that they'll probably check with their independent auditor what is best, because if you have to trace it, there might be issues, there might not, and it may or may not, depending on the wishes of said independent auditor, and they can have various, differences of opinion. So
check it with your accountant or auditor, and they will give you a more intelligent answer than we can.
Did we end up getting an answer on those Germania completer runes?
I know we're getting them, I just don't know where they are in the system.
Okay, so yeah, the question was, did we get an allocation of them? So yes, we're just not sure where they are.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Do we sell empty monster boxes or tubes?
We do not,
but we do give them away if you come in store.
Absolutely, but you've got to come in store. We will not ship them out unless you buy a full tube of something or a full empty box of something. A full empty box. A full monster box is what I was trying to say there, because it just complicates the shipping far too much, and we've been caught out a couple of times with that one. So you are more than welcome to stop in the store, and we quite often have them sitting out in the waiting room for you to help yourself.
But not always, so don't get, it's not a guarantee, because it's not always here.
Yeah, it just depends on when we've got them available. So, but don't be shy. Ask the guy, say, hey, look, while I'm here, any chance of a monster box? And if they've got one spare, they'll absolutely hand it over.
Why are the premiums so high on the 10-ounce cooks?
I didn't think they particularly were, but I'll go back and have a look.
Yeah.
Could you source a 1 kilogram Silver Tiger Luna Bar series?
Hang on.
I
don't know. Who made the... I actually couldn't tell you who made one.
Sorry,
Perth didn't.
Can you repeat that?
Can you source a 1 kilogram, it actually said, Silver Tiger Lunar Bar series?
Lunar bar kilogram.
I don't know anyone that made the Lunar in a kilo.
I know like kilo coins, but not bars that comes to mind.
I can get you a coin because my 16-year-old has one who's looking at offloading it. He has another investment he would like to partake in. So he hasn't confirmed it with me yet, but there might be one coming on the market very soon.
Thanks for the smooth order pickup this morning, Alex. I enjoyed the chat. Can confirm the tour and time spent was great.
And likewise.
Okay. She's a legend.
Yeah, I just responded to her.
If we place an order, can we change from Team Global Express to Ozpost? I've had some issues.
The short answer is yes, but we have to be careful with that because Ozpost won't allow us to ship bars. They will only allow us to ship coins. But when you place your order, put the message in the notes section saying you'd rather it posted out through Ozpost and we'll sort it out for you.
Is Korean mint silver in the pipeline?
Not currently.
I have 70% silver rods. Will you buy them?
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah, probably unlikely to unless they meet a few criteria.
I didn't quite realise how many people knew my weakness for chocolate sultanas.
Look, you know what? I'm disappointed with that because I'm not a fan of chocolate sultanas at all.
Oh, mate, you've just got no class.
See, Kinder Bueno on the other hand. But anyway, that's another story, yeah.
Yeah, you've read the question there, but yeah, how many kilos of choc sultanas per Perth Mint ticket? What's the equivalent exchange? September Perth Mint tour. Will you announce the availability opening on the live stream?
Yes, we will.
Things before regarding the answer to the Germania Mint multibars. Can we also buy them from you in smaller amounts at a time? Are we breaking them down?
If we have them available, yes. At the moment, available as singles.
Yeah, at the moment, I think we're doing some Palladium ones.
Palladium, yes. Yeah, the first batch sold out super quick, and then we did one more, and I think that's it at the moment.
Have we ever considered installment payments for bigger dollar figure purchases?
No.
What's the best way to contact Michael directly? Honestly, the live email, and then I can pass stuff on.
That's probably the only way. Even my wife goes through the stuff to get hold of me.
Yeah,
because that's verified, by the way.
Yeah. One of the staff members will come very sheepishly to my office and go, "Oh, can you call Katie?" "Oh, why? I don't know. She's just ripped through me because she won't answer your phone." "Oh, I'm really sorry." Yeah, I'll call her back. You missed the one from Lou George.
That wasn't. It was just they're in. I'm trying to finish it. It wasn't a question. They're in for the Perth Mint trip. That's a whole 4-hour flight to chat all things aviation on Bullion.
So Lou is a regular, and she's an incredibly nice person.
How do you enter for the Perth Mint tour? We haven't opened it up yet, but we'll go through it when we do on stream. It'll be an online registration, most likely a first in to get the tickets themselves, and then we'll distribute them from there.
Yeah.
Maplegrams coming soon.
I believe so. Not too soon, later on in the year, but yeah, we've got some orders in for some.
Asking for a friend, what paperwork is required to start an unallocated account? Can you include details in the case of a person who is not in Melbourne based and doesn't have a Bullion Now account yet?
Well, we could create you an account, and you don't have to live in Melbourne, although you need to live in Australia. And yeah, I mean, it's the same as opening any other of those types of accounts. We need, government ID and name and address and contact details and that type of thing. It's pretty standard stuff.
Gonna have to do a catch up. Welcome, Primal Metal.
Yeah.
Do LCS ever stock any Spectres mint?
Not currently, no. Not one on our list.
BN burning the midnight oil. Indeed, this has been another extended rapid fire, but we've made it to the bottom of the list.
I don't know. My computer crashed about half an hour ago.
Now, I just looked at the time. I'm like, I was wondering. I was thinking more of Borex now. It's like
the worms are biting, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, they're all pecking.
His comment there was in reference to unallocated, not just people buying from us unbanked.
Yeah, no, that's. No, sorry, I've lost something.
No, that was the. If you need to be in Australia, how do you have international customers?
We're only talking unallocated.
We're talking unallocated, not
I
actual physical silver.
Yeah, okay.
Or gold or platinum or palladium.
All right, we need to start wrapping up.
Wrapping up.
I'm fixing to close.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank you, Michael.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
Stay tuned for this weekend for the 50,000 ounce video to drop. So give a watch on that. Let us know if you like that crazy style of content.
The confused style of content.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds like we're going to have compliance on next week for a stream, so should be an interesting one. Prepare any questions you might have compliance related. It might be helpful to send at least some of them through early, so live at bullionnow.com.au, so we can get a bit of an idea of what he's walking into. But we'll try and take some live ones as well.
And remember that the gentler we are with him the first time,
we might be
able to get him back on again.
Or you just rip the band-aid all off at once and hit him with the hard ones. And
you can also request guitar solos from him. He's a bit of a guitar freak as well.
There you go.
So there you go. Something that he probably didn't want the world to know. That's out there
That's
now.
Great.
Thank you, everyone, very, very much for watching. It is an honour as always.
You get the impression he's trying to wind us up. He's unbelievable. He's had a dummy spit.
Just quickly, someone asked me about what LCS stuff I'm buying. I think there's only one left of it, so I'm not saying until I buy it and secure it, and then I'll let you know next week.
Fair enough. As Ruben said, thank you very much for joining in. This is nothing without you guys, and whether you're watching it live now, commenting, or into the future at some stage, we really appreciate the time that you take to share with us.
And if you're listening because you can't watch at work,
yes,
or driving, or any of the other combinations.
You know who you are.
We encourage responsible driving and listening.
That's it.
We will see you next week in the absolute chaos. Are you boys both back next week?
We sure are. With Campbell.
Absolutely. Yeah, Campbell's got to be here.
And Campbell as well. So we will see you all next week. It will be the last week we're together for a couple of weeks because I am off to, the rocks at the moment, but hopefully the snow in a couple of weeks up at Mount Hotham. But yeah, so next week should be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of shenanigans coming out. And finally, Ruben and I managed to do an educational video the other day, which we'll release either this weekend or early into next week as well.
Give it some love so we can do some more.
Oh, God. That reminded me of George Bush quote. Is our children learning?
That's right. The biggest problem with the French is that they don't have a word for entrepreneur. That's another George Bush quote. Anyway, on that note, we will wrap it all up and we will see you next week for another insane week. Have fun. Stay safe.
Have a good weekend.
See ya.